Welcome to Astana Times Now. I'm your host, Amir Haidar. In a special broadcast, we'll examine a global primary healthcare conference in Astana and look at how a landmark global primary care declaration signed in Almaty in the 1970s helped shape global healthcare. Let's get started. Primary healthcare is a form of healthcare that focuses on total well-being and seeks to make health accessible to all. It focuses not only on aspects of care, but also on social and policy issues. Astana recently hosted an international conference focusing on primary healthcare.
The conference was co-hosted by the World Health Organization, UNICEF and Kazakh Health Ministry. It attracted more than 1,200 delegates from more than 120 countries who reaffirmed the importance of primary care as a foundation for universal health coverage and as a fundamental human right. Universal coverage is among 17 UN Sustainable Development Goals. Conference participants examined developments in primary healthcare over the last 40 years, including increase in life expectancies and decline in child and maternal mortality rates. They also briefed the conference on progress made in individual countries.
In Ukraine right now, we're going through a transformation of our healthcare system. We're moving from the old Soviet model. We've created a national health insurance, and the very first steps we've taken are to strengthen our primary health care. We created an e-health system, and over 20 million Ukrainians have already signed up to their primary care facility and their primary care doctor in only a 6-month period of time.
While increasing primary care and universal coverage remain goals, they have not been achieved evenly around the world. More than half of the world's population still doesn't have access to health care. The conference urged governments to modernize and bring health care closer to where people live and work.
So today's conference is really all about implementation. So it's about learning what people are doing in different parts of the world, how they're making it happen for example, in Africa or indeed in Europe, and trying to learn from each other. But it's also about making a political commitment to put even more energy behind this for the future.
The Astana conference comes 40 years after international global health leaders signed a declaration in Almaty committed to spreading primary health care around the world. The document was called the Almaty Declaration, and participants of this year's conference noted the declaration's importance to the global primary healthcare effort.
The Almaty conference 40 years ago has been at the core of developments in primary health care. It was a conference very much ahead of its time in putting primary health care as a basis for integrating services and as a basis for prevention and promotion services as well.
The declaration signed at this year's conference urges leaders to empower people to take care of their health and make bold political decisions to improve health for all. It also calls for the development of quality, coordinated and community-oriented primary care and the alignment of international partners with national policies, strategies and plans.
This event to renew the commitment to primary healthcare, to get political will, to see more investment, more focus, to put primary healthcare at the core of health systems is crucial for the health and well-being of people all around the world.
Thank you for watching Astana Times Now. Stay tuned and we'll see you next week with the latest in Kazakh news.